So for this practice lesson, what you want to do is draw 2 circles on your paper. You want to use white oil pastel and just draw lightly. You don't want to press super hard with these. The best thing about oil pastels, the way that they work really well, is to build up layers. Okay, so since I want this to be predominantly orange, I'm going to put a light coat, and see, light, there's a lot of black paper still showing through here. So I'm going to put a light coat of orange over the whole circle. And notice the lines that I'm using. They're curving. I'm not just coloring straight across or straight up and down. I'm curving the lines to sort of mimic the curve of the circle. Okay? And I'm eventually going to cover up all these white lines, the whole white circle that I drew. All right, so I've got a light coat of orange on there. Then I have to figure out, where is my light source coming from? Where is the highlight going to be? So for this test, I'm going to make the light source shining down from up here. So the light would be like maybe here, shining down. So that means the top of my circle would be highlighted, would be tinted, and the bottom would be shaded. So I'm going to add some white at the top. Again, I'm trying to curve my lines to sort of go with the flow of the circle. And I'm still going very lightly. I'm only just doing very light strokes. I'm not going in like that. Because once I add that much oil pastel, I can't take that back. I can always build up more layers. Now, yellow is like a halfway color. Orange is a halfway color between yellow and red. It's in that warm color family. So I can throw in a little yellow here as a highlight, because if you're going to do the challenge with pumpkins do have some yellow in them. And so I'm going to add a little bit of yellow. You don't have to, if you just want to stick with the straight orange, you can. And then I'm going to add some orange, and I'm blending. I'm always blending, okay? And I'll go back and add a little more white. And it's very important when you're working with oil pastels that you change directions. And again, I'm just doing this. I'm barely dragging the pastel over the paper. You want to change directions as you color, because what happens is the oil pastels heat up from being in your hand, and they get soft, and it gets like you're trying to work with like a melted stick of butter. So think about like shoveling snow. Think about, you get down to the sidewalk, okay, and there's mounds of snow on either side of the sidewalk. So you get to the point where there's no more snow on the sidewalk, and you could keep shoveling and shoveling and shoveling, but you're not going to get any more snow off that sidewalk. That's kind of what happens with oil pastels. That's why you have to change directions. If I keep coloring in the same direction, like this, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, what's going to happen eventually is you're going to start getting these ruts in the oil pastel, where it's just going to be black paper, and no matter how hard you try, you're not going to get any color on it. So you have to change direction to kind of blend things together, smooth things out. So there's my tinted part so far, and now I'm just going to continue adding and blending, and we don't want any really hard edges. There shouldn't be like stripe, okay? You shouldn't be like tint, hue, shade. You want these colors to blend. So I'm going to add some more orange down here, and then I'm going to go in with my black to make the shade. Now you have to be very careful with the black. As I always say, use it last, and in this case you want to use it sparingly. You can always add more, but once you add too much, you can't take away. So I'm just adding a little bit of black to the bottom here, and again, I'm just dragging it over the paper like this. I'm not pressing really hard like that. You definitely don't want that. And then I'm going to use the pastels. We don't ever want to use our fingers to blend these. We want to just use the pastels like paint brushes. and I'm gonna go in like circular motion, stir, stir, stir. It's like wax on, wax off from Karate Kid, and I'm blending it in, and I can go from here. I can go as dark as I want. I can get this like a really nice dark shade, or I can make it a more gradual shade. It's up to you how you want to do it, but always add black like a little bit at a time. You're going to want to keep a paper towel by you because the pastels will get messy as you are working. So, you know, I've got a lot of black on here, so I want to just take a paper towel and just wipe it off. Okay? And that's how you do it.